everybody, and welcome again to Consciousness Rising, Zimbabwe and beyond. My name is Tania Norris, and I am joined by my co-host, Antonella Bargione. Hi, Antonella. How's it going?
Hi, Tania. Hi, everybody. We're so delighted to be back here.
Yes, indeed we are. Indeed we are. And Antonella and I decided we better give a little bit of an update, because we've just been so busy with so many other projects that we tend to have neglected our channel a little bit. But anyway, now we're getting more organized, and there's just so much going to be coming up that we wanted to tell you about. First of all, our own exciting projects, and then of course all the other people that we're going to be interviewing. So just a short update. Antonella, tell me about all your amazing things. I know you've been working very hard.
I am actually. I'm still working very intensively. I would love to use the word intensely more than hard, because actually I'm doing what I really like to do, and also what has been brewing for so long, and yet it never felt it was the right time, or it started to. So finally now it's starting to molding itself. I know it's going to change, but at least the base is done. So I moved out of the house work-wise, and there is this new wellness center, which at the moment hasn't opened 100% yet. So we're gonna. I know that Tania, you want to do a special on it once we are all together. And what's nice about this wellness center is that we're going to have all the different type of professional figure in the well-being and with an holistic approach. So we're going to have from a doctor to a psychotherapist who is specialized in trauma, to some body worker, Reiki, life coaching, and all the different tools that I use to support people in their growth and their evolution. Because now I strongly feel that we have healing, yes, is important, but it's not the focus. It's just the base for our evolution as soul. And therefore, at the moment we are in 2023, and all this year is about really once again, because we've been doing for so long, it's once again getting to the step of owning our personal power, of course the power within and not the power over, which we all know about. And from this space, how do we maintain our uniqueness by starting to work in community? Because this is where we are heading. And so this I find totally fascinating. So for that, for example, one of the things I'm doing, I'm trying to get out of the concept of giving one-on-one session, just one session, because I've been also tired to give one session, the person is feeling well, but then there is no way of monitoring. So now at the moment, I've designed this program, which is called Reignite Your Spark and Regain Your Joy for Life. And it's about giving women who always have committed themselves in the service of others, in the process have lost themselves, and how many of you are out there. And it's about really to reignite, to support you to reignite your inner spark in a way that you can really express your joy and also regain your inner peace. Because most of the time we go on, ruminate always the same story over and over and over, how Cinderella sometimes we feel, but in reality is about, again, accessing your power, is about empowering yourself in order to go towards a more fulfilled life and happiness. So this is one of the things I'm really excited about. I already have some women, and I can see the difference, because if you hold by hand somebody over a period of time, then you can check out together and you can see all the improvement. So that's one of the things. So and then it's really a period of review of everything. So I don't know, Tanya, how it's been for you? Because we had some private conversations, but what would you like to share with our listeners?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to ask you about this work that you're doing, because it's quite a feat, finding your joy, finding your power, finding your peace. And I just have to ask you, how achievable do you think that is?
It depends on the person and the level where the person is. So, for example, sometimes because we have all different speed in the ability to transform. So, of course, I wouldn't have a fixed answer to that. So, for example, I was working with a client today, and it felt like we worked already with 4 meetings, and I felt that there was already a big shift, but she couldn't see it. But now today, finally, it felt like, in fact, she sent me a message after and said, oh my God, I feel like today has been really important for me to touch on that. So things start to and it's, yeah, it depends on the person, really depends on the person. Because sometimes it's just small changes that make a big difference, and for some other will be a total revolution. And so you meet the person where they are.
I think it will always be like that. But the reason that I ask that is
like
that
having school kid at school. Yeah.
Because it's years and years that we've all been doing this kind of work and looking for those sort of shifts. But I do feel like, just from what I've been listening to other people talking and also I've experienced in my own life, is that 2023, for some reason, heaven only knows, and there is a reason actually, it's got something to do with the numbers, with the 20 and the 23, is that it seems to be a year of consolidation, but not just that, also like transformation and magic. Consolidation where everything just boom seems to happen. So why I'm asking that is, I know in a normal coaching type program, you see the shifts, it takes time, but I'm feeling like these shifts are happening a lot quicker now. Now, whether this has to do, whether it's meant, whether it's got something to do with where our galaxy is sitting in the whole universe, going through wherever we're going, stellar clouds, and the energy changes or the sun changes, but something just seems a lot finer and a lot lighter, and it makes it a lot easier. We're not sort of wading through glue, that feeling of, oh, everything's so hard, but everything just seems to be so light.
Well, yes, if you don't resist. If you do resist, it's not light at all. I've had many clients really banging their head on the window like a fly, not understanding why. So if you don't resist and you say, I'm open to change, I listen to my soul, which of course many people who are in that situation, they can't see it yet, because if they could see it, probably they wouldn't seek my help. They would just do it. So it depends, really depends on that one. But yes, if you say yes to the change, it's much quicker, deeper and quicker. There is no doubt about that.
Okay.
And also because there is this big push, also in an astrological way, all the planetary conjunction, which I'm not an expert, but I can hear quite a bit. I'm fascinated by it. It's all about gain your personal power, exercise, get to know it.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to use it. Yeah.
And,
yes.
and how are you packaging these programs? Are you doing them obviously one-on-one? Do you have an online program?
At the moment it's one-on-one. And no, I don't have an online program. At the moment it's one-on-one. Of course, I do them both in English and in Italian. And if the people can come here, I find it much nicer, especially after COVID, to have the real feel for the person. Otherwise, online.
Yeah.
And it's fine. One thing I would like also to start, I can't remember if I already said, but one thing I would like to start from here, from the center, is to offer women's circles as well. Maybe once a week, 1 hour, free of charge, where women can come together and really share. And then if they need more support, they can ask afterward. But it's really to start to create safe space for that. Because before I used to do the red tent from home, and it was absolutely beautiful and stunning. And then with COVID, everything, we forgot about that. And now I feel that there is having another space that doesn't need to have too much decor, too much. So it's more simple, again, lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that it can't be profound as well, or really of support. So it would be a way also to give back to the community as well. Yeah. I feel that is the yeah.
I agree.
And you on your side?
Yeah, so me on my side, well, you know, for the past couple of years, I've had my candle and my soap project, okay, which is called Alchemy, and they're all very high vibrational, natural product soaps and things like that. And why is it called Alchemy is really because it's about transformation. And I feel like that's what alchemy is transformation, you know, bringing different elements together to create something new. And the most powerful place, if we're going to set out intentions or our affirmations or our meditation, the really best time to do that is when we're in water. So because why? You know, there's a whole science behind that, because water is a conduit, it's an amplifier, so it can make things happen a lot quicker, you know. So that's the one thing, and that's where the soaps come in, because it's about using these high vibrational and being mindful about what you're doing when you clean yourself, because it's obviously not just about the external hygiene, but the internal hygiene as well. So we're cleaning ourselves on the outside and the inside when we bath and when we shower. And we're also offering up gratitude for the water. You know, I think that's like one of the most powerful elements that we have. Our bodies, you know, everything relies on that.
60%.
Yeah. So that's been an ongoing project of mine. And then, of course, the candles are intentional candles. So if you want to do your daily devotions, dedications, you create your own intention, you know, with those candles. So there's that project. But now, 2023, we have started, a group of us got together and we have created a holistic directory. You know, every country has one, where if you want to look for an acupuncturist or a reflexologist or a Reiki person, or, you know, whatever kind of alternative therapies, you go onto your directory for the country, and then you can find people. And most countries even have 2 or 3 of those websites, by the way. Anyway, so we have now put one together here for Zimbabwe, and it is called Holistic Collective. So we had a meeting about it already. We've had quite a few people, about 20 people pay. We're just waiting for a lot of those people to put their listings onto that website. And also try and contact, you know, other people, because we've got so many. I think we must have close on to maybe 200 alternative practitioners in this country. So if anybody who listens to this or knows of anybody, then please head them in our direction. It only costs $20 a year to put your name on onto the directory and your information. And yeah, so I just feel like, you know, in creating something like that, it creates an energetic imprint, if I can say. You know, and I think that that just lifts the vibration of the whole country, our community, the external community, when everybody actually comes together in like a club. You know what I'm saying? There's more power in that. So
numbers,
yeah, I'll put the links in the video below. I'll put all the links so anybody's interested in that. But that's been quite a feat, you know, getting all of that together and doing it. Taken a lot of time. The other thing that I've been doing is that there's a global organization called Connecting Consciousness, and I've been a member of that for about, gosh, I don't know, 10 years. And it's a grassroots organization. It's a spiritual organization. And so what we've done is like we sort of activated it here in Zimbabwe, because every country again has a Connecting Consciousness. And so anyway, so I've taken that on board as a challenge. So it basically offers information about alternative banking systems, people who are interested in, say, a quantum financial system that is meant to be coming up. It offers spiritual advice. It gives you sort of more updates, intelligence on what's really going on behind the scenes in the world, you know, globally. So yeah, it's just an interesting, fun thing. And we get together, we meet once a month, we have a Zoom meeting once a month. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun and it costs nothing. You just join online. And again, I'll put that link in there below. And then another up and coming project is that we're planning to have a holistic fair, and that will be in September. So I have not quite actually activated or started that. I will do that in May. But anybody, please keep that in your mind. If you are selling any kind of alternative product or you're a practitioner yourself, then please just keep that in mind. Contact me, and we'll, you know, I'll get you all your details down there. So yes, we've had a lot of things to do. But Antonella, I think another important thing to mention here is about our channel and our YouTube channel, okay? Because obviously
yes,
now both of us have a little bit more time to focus on all of this. And one of the areas I think we both struggle, apart from time, and everybody needs to remember something, there's no money involved with any of these community projects that I've just told you about. So it's not like we make money out of any of this. It's really just a community service. But where we fail, Antonella and myself, or we don't fail, but we don't succeed very well, is in promotion and in social media. It can be the most soul destroying.
Well, it requires it requires lots of time.
Well, for us it requires time, but our time is so spent up on doing the interviews, doing the editing, yada yada, all of that. But for another person, it's not that time consuming, you know. So I want to make a shout out here. If anybody sees this and they do have a bit of time and they can help us, come and join our team, you know, at Consciousness Rising. That would be fantastic, just to help us get the social media, do an Instagram post or Facebook posts and things like that. I think that would help us an enormous amount. So if anybody could help us, I would love to hear from you. And Antonella, we carry on.
Sorry, it's a way to be of service. Yeah.
Yeah. It is a way to be of service. Because like I said, this is just a community project, isn't it? And then we do have some people lined up, some interviews that we're going to be bringing to you. Antonella, who do you have?
I've got some doing plant medicine. There is a beautiful project in Johannesburg that is called Library and it's like an oral library. And it's a nice way to integrate the African oral tradition in a way that is kept alive and people can find their own roots in a different way. Then there would be some of our speakers that I think I want to interview for the second time. Then there was the one on trauma, but you just told me, well, I don't know actually what he wants to speak, Mertha, because Mertha is expert in trauma. So I don't know what or if he's going to speak about different things, but you wanted to do. And I don't know who else. I'm sure there will be more on the way.
There'll be more on the way. We've got Natalia Baker, who I've been sort of promising and hounding for a while. Michelle McClellan, these are people from South Africa. We have Mertha, who is a integrative psychotherapist, a psychological trauma specialist. And he does fantastic work with mental health, with trauma, with addiction, all of that kind of thing. So, yeah.
By the way, at the end of the month, it's the weekend of the, the weekend of the 24th. We are doing a 3 days workshop. It's a trauma-informed workshop. So for all people who are already in the field or close to the field, who really need to understand the importance of understanding trauma in a way that when they're gonna see clients, they can see what can trigger them, what's not, listening to the client. So, and then help them to support, to give them an opportunity to do some healing, not in the workshop, but after. Yeah.
Okay.
We wanted, I don't know if this one is gonna happening, but we wanted to also be of service in the schools because seems like there is a lot of drugs, vaping, and other steroids and other situations. But these are all things that we're starting to work on. But there's so much to do.
So your workshop on the 24th, is that really for practitioners and therapists?
Yeah, counselors, people who are in the field and who don't know much about trauma, because in their training, I mean, trauma is something quite specialized. So I'm doing just the spiritual part. Most of the workshop is going to be Mertha doing it. So if you are interested, just contact me and I can direct you as well.
Okay, all right, perfect. And then another person lined up that will be coming out shortly is Jen Evans. Jen Evans is a QHHT practitioner or therapist, quantum healing hypnosis, which is it's a big thing in the world. I mean, every time you open up any spiritual page, you know, this QHHT will pop up. And it's based on the work of Dolores Cannon, who was a regressional therapist, a regressional hypnotherapist. And she made some astounding strides, you know, when it came to, she wasn't actually doing past lives, but in her hypnotherapy, hypnosis sessions, she found that people were going back to past lives, to in-between lives, to, you know, all sorts of things. So it's a very good way of accessing whatever traumas or hidden traumas are there, of accessing them. So anyway, but Jane can tell you all about that, and her interview will be coming up hopefully shortly in the next 2 weeks. And then I also have Trish King, who does a lot of different modalities. She's a transformational coach. She also does Qigong, and she does Soma breathing. So, you know, and she has a lot of workshops and all sorts of things going on. So those are our immediate interviews that are coming up that people can look forward to. And yeah, I can't think of anything else. Anything else that you'd like to add there, Antonella?
It's really when we portray all this, all the people who are into healing, for us is to really help you to open your mind to so many different possibilities. And then maybe if you want to tell some relative or a friend who are new, because one thing is to preach to the converted, and then it can be just curiosity. But my wish is really that by offering that interview to somebody else close to you who can bring a difference, can make a difference into their lives. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And also, you know, also to bear in mind that we do have quite a good library of people that we have already interviewed. So if you just go to the channel, then you can look up all the different people and all the different modalities that they offer.
Yeah, there's already 60 interviews.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just encourage people, please just go there, and also please always like, always share, always give a comment, because that just helps the greater community for it to pop up and for them to see it as well. As Antonella says, it's all great, all of this going round and round in circles within our community. And I know that we all do benefit from that, but it's the people on the outside, you know, what I call the greater community, or the others, who are waking up or realizing, you know, very often in their YouTube feeds, all these different alternative things pop up, whether it's plant medicines or whatever it is, and they have no clue where to go or, you know, how to find these things. So, and that's what the Holistic Directory is about, really. It's for the purpose of the greater community. So is the YouTube channel, for the purpose of the greater community. So, so yeah, we would really appreciate all your help. And also, please don't forget my request. Any young, buff and bright, shining star who would love to contribute to, to our channel, then please give us a call. And I think that's it from me. And you, Antonella?
Same from me. It's been just a pleasure to reconnect. Absolutely. And we'll see you soon.
Yep. Great.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So thank you very much for watching, and please just stay tuned, because you will be getting a lot more interviews coming your way. Lots of love. Bye. Bye, Antonella.